Alright, guys, welcome back. We are watching ReZero Season 3, Episode 8. We're already halfway through? That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense at all. But I guess we go fast when we're doing 2 a week, huh? Last time, Subaru gave an amazing speech. It was the best episode of the season. An incredible episode. And Reinhardt's here. We got Reinhardt, finally. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe that can turn the tides a little bit. But I still have concerns, I suppose. I feel like the answer can't just be to have Reinhardt go one-shot everyone for us, you know? I guess we've already kind of seen that with, like, what happened with Sirius, you know? So, I don't know. Still lots of things going on. Amelia captured by Regulus. The wedding is happening, apparently. So, like, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm concerned. Okay, let's watch episode 8. You can land your copy up with this if you want to. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. We sure do. We have Julius's brother. Where's he at? Where is he? Literally. Right. Not the Tome of Wisdom, though. Yeah. That's, impossible one, right? Oh. Okay. What? That was good. That was good. Uh-huh. What do you mean? Oh, okay. I trust you. Actually, no, I trust you uncritically. Okay, I suppose, right? Like, what? Hmm. Oh, okay. Did he get it from the library? Yeah, right? Ooh, okay. Interesting. Oh, I think the Tome of Wisdom should be burned, but maybe that's just me. I think it's a trap. Yeah, but we can't just give in, right? Yeah, absolutely. I suppose. Oh, Liliana, let's go. A revelation. Okay, hit me. Go for it. Awesome. Yeah, I guess we were missing them, right? The gang wasn't all here. Thank you. Whoa. I, you're fine. I don't believe you. Oh god. Gallivanting around. He said he was going to her. Indeed. Hi there. Hmm. I wonder what she thinks about that. I don't know. I would expect her to respect it. Okay. Sure. Sounds good. Interesting. Because he doesn't want to, right? Hmm. This, oh, I love her so much. Yeah, Oto, please tell us what's going on. Oh, it was in the sanctuary. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Well, yeah. Don't blame you at all. Okay. I understand. Yeah. And his money. Hmm. Okay. Indeed, indeed. And what have those conversations Okay, okay. Yeah, what if this was all accounted for in his book, you know? Right. Right. Hmm. I don't know, it feels so risky to even have the tome, you know? I feel like we should just destroy it. I don't know. If it's like a cursed object, you know? Yeah, yeah. Sure. Ooh, right, that is true, that is true. I love Otto so much. Oh, man. Oh, Wilhelm. We did not see the end of his battle with the mysterious hooded figure. Ooh. Oh god, I don't even want to see her. I'm so... Oh god. Ferris. Oh. Oh god. That's not good. That is really not good. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, it's like her whole body? Like... Oh. I mean, it looks quite a bit like your leg, right? But... Can't do anything about it, I assume. Oh, man. Oh, it's the arm on that side, too. Yeah. Not nearly as bad, though. Oh, God. Okay. Right. Oh, his hands. Like the veins. Okay. Why would it do something with Subaru? Because he has dragon blood in him? Oh, you shouldn't want to, though. There's no way you should just take it yourself, right? Oh, God. Oh. Oh, God, this can't be. Oh, I mean, it's working, but, like, what's happening to Subaru, right? Yeah. That, yeah. No. She wouldn't want that. Not at all. Oh, God. Hey, it's enough to make her think twice, though. Yeah. Right? Yeah. No, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is to her. Why is it... Oh, yeah. True. Oh. Oh, God. It's so... Man. Like, why did this have to happen? Why can Crush... Why does this have to happen to her? Right? Oh, God. Yeah, right? Like, think about how Ferris feels. I just don't even... Oh, yeah, right. Oh, right, yeah. God, just how, like, how this happened to to Krush in the first place, and now it's just even more, right? She lost her memories, now this is happening. I just... just to see her like that, right? Oh, his hands. Jesus. What are the... what... like, what is gonna happen because of that? Okay, okay. Oh, he knows? Yeah, please tell me, right? Who is that one? Kurgan. Ooh, I see. Oh, and yet he isn't, right? I... okay. She is definitely dead, right? Are they, like, resurrected? What the hell? I guess that makes sense why he would recognize her, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay. But yet the magic remains? Okay. Oh, God. Oh, so is that her divine blessing then? The Grim Reaper thing? Shinigami? Oh, yeah, Reinhard. Ooh, right. Yeah, no idea what it actually means. Okay, right. So Reinhardt, because this was kind of my idea, right, is that Reinhardt inherited it somehow. And that made Teresia lose it, I suppose. Yeah, right. And that's why that alone is enough to blame him for her death? I mean, that seems ridiculous, right? Oh, wow. How? Why then? Oh, God. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, like, what a horrible... yeah, not his fault at all, right? I mean, whatever makes it happen, I don't know. I understand how people could blame him, though, right? People who cared about Teresia. Just, like, in their emotions, you know? Oh. Does she still have, like, some amount of her, like, will and consciousness? God, I love these two. Anastasia's really grown on me. Ooh, okay, okay, sure, sure. She respects you, yeah. Hmm. Okay, okay. And her stupidity. Come on. Ooh. Oh. It's what? Okay. Sure, okay. I suppose. Ooh, the divine protection of telepathy. Interesting. Yeah, like what? Like what do you mean? Like what are you talking about? No, you can. Come on, don't make Priscilla hate you. Oh, right. Ooh. Uh-huh. She is. That's what you need, apparently. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that was easy. I believe in them. No idea how powerful Priscilla really is, but I bet she can do it. I mean, she says she can do anything, so. Yeah, right. Probably the second biggest threat after Regulus. Interesting. Yeah. I wonder who I wonder who it was that did this forbidden art. Do we have any idea? Hmm. Famous enough that even Garfield knows him, huh? Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Makes sense. Interesting. I think Garfield fighting that guy could be an interesting thing for him, considering his like struggle in this season. About just like strength. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that, obviously. God, it's already like the end of the episode? No. We're only 17 minutes in. Why are the credits playing? Ooh. Sure. Interesting. Indeed. Interesting. Can you really be that clear of mind, though, facing her? Oh, if you say so. I'm worried about him. If any character could die, I can imagine it being him, you know? Okay. Good idea. That seems... Yeah. Yeah, right. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, right. Okay, okay. I see, I see. Having hopes placed on him must be an interesting thing for Reinhard, because he has to experience that so much. There we go. That's such a good thing to say. That's such a nice thing to say to him, right? Like he smiles because of it. Yeah. How often do people say that to him, huh? Because everyone assumes he can do everything, right? Perfect. But of course, he can't do everything, right? Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Okay. We don't really know how powerful gluttony really is, right? We know there's multiple of them, which, like, none of them even know, but... Oh god, his hands. Okay, okay. Oh, we're back here, at the church. Oh god, we're doing it right now, huh? Right, right. Oh, he kept it open. Okay, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. I wonder who that would have been. Pandora? No. No way. Hmm. Or Fortuna, maybe even. But I don't know. Okay. Go for it. Like what? Be quiet and don't ask me questions. Okay, yeah. Great. Right. Awesome. Like what? That's like stealing happiness from him almost or something. I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, that's ridiculous. Great. Good. Awesome. Fantastic. What a great guy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, don't argue with him, please. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no. She really isn't, but, you know. Oh, God. Oh, God. For him, right? For him. It's okay, sure. I I don't think you're gonna get through to him, though. What does he think about that? Oh, God. Amelia. Yeah, a good way to completely dodge the question. Like, hello? Like, the point. Like... Oh, no. Don't mention him. Oh, I'm terrified. Interesting. Sure, so do expressions, so do emotions. It's a violation of your rights. How terrible. I... She knows him very well. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay. Right? We're clearing up the misunderstandings, don't you worry. Right. Okay. I wish he would think about that or address that in any way. Ooh. Interesting. No, it's not. It isn't. No. But... Okay, okay. Oh, right. I'm sure. Oh my god. Selfish adulteress. Right. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, it hit him. He was impacted by it. I failed to hold back. It hit him, though. He wasn't just invincible. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Indeed. Indeed. Oh. Ooh, okay. Okay. Calls himself Reinhard instead of just the Sword Saint. Interesting. Interesting. I guess he always does that, doesn't he? Okay, good episode. I don't know. That ended abruptly. I gotta think. Okay, let's talk about the episode in the discussion. Completely forgot about the break time, so let's watch it. Ooh. Hmm. Okay. Very. Very. No, I liked it. It was good. Oh, yeah, you sure haven't. No one's met her. Oh god. True. Okay. Yeah, what do you mean by that exactly? Okay, sure. Yeah, why aren't you jealous, huh? Oh? I, like, what was this? Oh, great, right. Uh-huh. Oh my god. Beatrice, we gotta work on this. Someone needs to have a talk with her. I hope they did over the past year. He's both of their knights, basically. Come on. It doesn't have to be like that. Come on. Thank you. At least you're beyond that. Uh-huh. I suppose. I guess. Okay. Okay. Now we will talk about the episode. Okay, let's talk about the episode. This was a good episode. I had lots of stuff in it. Man, where do we even start, huh? I feel so bad for Krush. Like we talked about this before, but like why do we just have to have endless Krush torture? Like I feel so bad for her. And then by extension like Ferris, right? I just like oh my god, it's so terrible, right? She literally can't catch a break, and it feels so awful to just see her reduced to this. I just really wonder how Subaru feels seeing her like this. Like every time I just think back to in season 1 when Saber and Krush had like that moment after they defeated the White Whale with like the sun behind them and them. I don't even remember if it was a fist bump or a handshake or something, right? But I just think about that moment and I think about that compared to the way Krush is now. I just feel so unfair. It feels so ridiculous, right? Like I just don't even know what to take from it. I don't know what it's supposed to make me feel other than just awful. I just wonder how does Subaru see her? What are the thoughts that go through his head when she asks him like in this scene, if he can just tell her that he'll handle everything. Just think about that compared to the way she was in season 1 with the white whale, all of that, when he worked so hard to earn her respect and all of this, right? And I guess it's just life. That's just how it is, right? It's not like Krish was ever invincible. She was such an impressive person, and she still is. It's not like she isn't just because she's been beaten down so much. It could have been anyone, right? But I just can't help but feel it's like how does Subaru see that? How does Subaru feel about that? I feel like he must blame himself in some way. He must feel like if I feel like it's unfair, he must feel like it is a million times more. Like that someone as impressive as Krush, as amazing as a person as she is, that she has just been destroyed more than anyone in the story. It just feels like her life and her existence is torture. Right? She lost all her memories. She's now this has happened to her. It feels it's terrible. It's terrible. And I just wonder it's amazing to me that Subaru is able to I don't know. Subaru is able to do this. I'm not sure what his attitude what his thought process is about it exactly, you know. Obviously, he wants to take all of her pain from her, just take this dragon blood into himself, because of course, right? Like I feel like he was so inspired by her. And he saw so much strength in her and all of this, right? Back in season 1. And now to see her like this, I just don't even it's awful. It's terrible. It makes me so sad. And then I don't know, the other best scene of this episode just has to be this with with Amelia and Regulus, right? Um, God, Regulus is such a stupid child. That's what it really feels like, right? That is just he never grew up, right? You know what I mean? He seems like a toddler. That is like that's like the logic he uses. You know what I mean? Like just completely it's all about him. He does not I like how he doesn't engage with what Amelia says at all. He literally she goes on this long speech about all of this stuff about love and marriage and what it should mean and all of this, right? You know, the progress that Amelia herself has made in understanding those things and all of this. And Regulus literally doesn't say a word about it's like all of that went in one ear and out the other completely. He literally does not engage with anything she said at all, right? I guess that's just how he is. He never does. He never listens to what anything that anyone ever says, right? Like again, it's like anyone who ever tries to reason with him about anything, he just kills you, you know. So yeah, he's just a stupid toddler throwing a tantrum, and that's what he always is, you know. Like God, yeah. I fucking hate him so much. Okay. Let's uh let's go through the episode, I suppose. We talk about the witch's cult's 4 demands. The most important one, the one that we get the most information about being the Tome of Wisdom. That Oto has. Oto grabbed it from the sanctuary. I love how incredibly extended them saying what is. It lasts like 10 seconds. Um Oto grabbed it. Grabbed Rosewalls after Ram threw it in the fire at the sanctuary. Which for one is very interesting because for one, I wonder how the Tome of Wisdom works, right? Uh does it update for Oto, right? Like, because it's supposed to work like the Gospels, where it shows you your future, right? For Beatrice, it was empty because she never did anything, right? So of course it was always empty because it reflected like her state of mind and the way that she thought of her own future and all of this, right? For Rosewall, it showed him like the path towards the future that he wanted, all of this, right? Does it are they personalized to those two people? Is it possible like I guess the gospels are, right? Like remember Pelgis's gospel in season 1 when like Super tried to read it, it was just a bunch of nonsense, you know, no one can read it. I guess no one can read it other than the person it's intended for. So I guess it wouldn't. With the gospels at least. The Tome of Wisdom, I guess Oto must be able to read it. But I guess it doesn't. I guess it must not update for like the new person who reads it. So I guess it continues to reflect Rosewall's future in some way. I wonder how that actually works, right? Like, would it be from the last time Rosewall opened it that it reflects his future and his desires from that point, right? Or do the contents of the book continue to update and change as Rosewall's own goals and aspirations and everything change as he continues to be alive and exist? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder what kind of information Oto actually got from it, right? And I guess my general feeling on the Tome of Wisdom, I suppose, is I just think it's a cursed evil object that we need to destroy. We need to get rid of it. There's no way it can be anything good, right? We saw what the idea of knowing the future and all of that did to both Rosewall and Beatrice, two sides of this horrible way to engage with like your future and your goals and everything, and the way it ruined both of their lives for hundreds of years. So I just we can't. I don't know. I feel like no matter what, having the Tome of Wisdom, it existing at all, just can't be a good thing, right? I don't really have any arguments for it, for like why we should just get rid of it when Oto actually wants to use it for like a purpose that makes sense. I understand him doubting Rosewall, and I understand him wanting to use it in some way to like get Rosewall's plans or like see if his suspicions about Rosewall are correct. All of that, I understand that completely, but I just feel like as a rule, I feel like we just have to destroy it. I feel like just shouldn't exist. It's too dangerous. It's spiritually wrong for it to exist. And just I don't know. That's my feeling on it. But I trust Oto. I trust Oto as a person entirely. I love him. So I don't know. I don't know. I wonder, okay, I wonder what the origin of the Gospels, like, even is. What even are the Gospels? It's the original copy of the Gospels they have in the Witch Cult, but, like, where do the Gospels come from, right? Didn't Pedalgi say you will just come across it, basically, right? It just somehow, you just, like, get it in all of this, right? Like, where do they come from? Where are they? What makes them exist? What are they? Are they all in some way attached to Echidna? It's just weird because it feels like Echidna has nothing to do with the witch's cult at all. It feels like none of the witches have anything to do with the witch's cult at all, other than Pandora. And is Pandora even like one of the witches in the same way, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know. See, that is the other interesting thing about the Gospels too. If we talk about Pandora, is Pandora has her weird reality warping powers and all of that, which like that is interesting considering the possibility of these books that like shows you the future in some way, right? When there's a character in the story that can also like change and warp reality at her will, right? I don't know. I don't know. I guess that explains why they want it, but how does the Tome of Wisdom work? I guess we just don't know. I guess we just don't know. Because if it doesn't update with the reader, right? If it will forever just show Rosewall's future, then what's the point of it, right? And if it updates with the new reader of it, then what would Oto be using it for? Because then it would just update to start showing Oto's future, which would be really bad. I really don't want that to be what's going on right now. So, I don't know. I don't know. I've left it with a professional who's trying to restore it. Okay. Who would that professional be? Oh, that's really scary. I don't know about that. That really worries me. That really worries me. I don't know. The tomes of wisdom are just the most terrifying things in the story, honestly. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can't give any of these things to the Witch's Cult, of course, obviously, right? Subaru kind of has all the cards. It's a precarious position for Subaru himself to be in because it's like the more suffering and awful stuff that happens over the course of this arc and this season. I don't know. It's very ripe for Subaru to blame himself for all of it, right? Because he is the one who would have the ability to give in to their demands, right? I don't know. I wonder if he will be reduced to that point or not. Liliana. I love Liliana. She's had a revelation. Mad and crazy about every bit of you. She just bursts into this important, like, strategy meeting and starts singing this stupid song. And Priscilla is here. God, I love her so much. She's great. Al. So, okay. Al is, like, up to something. I just don't understand Al. I don't know what to think about him, right? He runs up to Priscilla, all like happy to see her and blah blah blah. I'm sure he knows she's gonna react like this, but I imagine he thinks he has to do this to not have her immediately behead him. um, he said he was gonna meet up with Priscilla earlier, right when he separated from all of them before they like started fighting like the minions and Capella and all of that. But he seemingly didn't, right? He didn't meet up with her. Could he just not find her? I don't know. But then he was at the the weird place wherever he was with all the dead witch cult members with the communication device and was talking to Amelia on that. Why did he go there? Where was he? What was he doing? I don't know, right? I just don't know. Liliana's dead, unfortunately. What is the meaning of gallivanting around with these peasants instead of accompanying me? Literally, right? Come on. I wonder what Al has even done to earn her respect so much, you know? What is it about him exactly, right? Obviously, I mean, he's a pretty respectable person. I feel like I can imagine him meeting her requirements to respect you in any way, but I don't know. I wonder what that history between them really is. Obviously, we had that break time where we saw like them meeting, right? But there's got to be more to it than that, right? I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. It was indeed Subaru on the broadcast. That has to have earned Subaru a lot of Priscilla's respect. I'm sure, right? It must have. God. Al, of course, yeah, he's shocked by her decision to want to fight the witch cult because we know his view. It feels like Al is in a lot of ways like a failed Subaru almost, right? Like what he said about the witch cult being like this passing wave that it's just you should ignore and focus on the one thing that's most important to you. Similar to like what Rosewall was saying, even, you know. Uh, I wonder why he feels like that. You know, again, it's like I just can't help but think it feels like Al has experienced similar things to Subaru somehow, but we just don't know enough, do we? Okay, so they explain this situation to her. Meanwhile, Subaru and Oto go out and talk about the tome indeed. So he has Oto hasn't seen the contents of it yet because it hasn't been repaired yet by the professional that he left it with. So I guess who knows what's going to happen. I don't blame him at all for not trusting Rosewall. I think that makes complete sense to me. I don't really trust Rosewall completely. Obviously, he has like the seal on him, that apparently makes it impossible for him to, like the oath seal, that makes it impossible for him to not, be on their side, allegedly, right? But who knows? Who knows, really, right? We need his strength. We need his money. That's for sure. I haven't particularly noticed any signs of scheming or conspiracy. Yeah, but Rosewall is always so. I feel like he's always full of himself in a way, right? For all we know, this could all just be going according to plan. So, yeah, I don't, I don't know if Oto's right at all, right? I just have no idea. Obviously, Rosewall hasn't given up on his desire, right? Of course he hasn't. There has to be some way in which he's still going to try and pursue that, no matter what. So, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, some kind of prearranged scheme. Maybe. It's not impossible, right? Obviously. No, you don't need to apologize. Come on. Everyone trusts you. Everyone should trust you. What do we do with it? Indeed. Conquering the control towers is our top priority. We can't spare anyone on that front. Indeed. Oto's awesome, right? We can believe him. We can believe in him. Okay, so Wilhelm is here. I wonder, well, no. Let's talk about Wilhelm and Theresia in a moment. First, yeah, Subaru goes up to talk to Krush. I feel so bad for Ferris. Oh my god. Subaru, I just wonder what Subaru thinks and feels in this situation, Because it's like, he has to blame himself so much. He has to see, like, just seeing what Ferris is like in this situation with Krush, seeing Krush like this, all of this, it just has to be awful, right? And we see Subaru try and take like the dragon blood, the pain onto himself, right? Try and take what's happened to her onto himself. He always does that, right? Why can he even do that? What is with that? Is it because he has dragon blood in his veins and it somehow I don't know. I don't know why he's able to withdraw it from her into himself, but oh, Ferris, I feel so bad. Oh, yeah. God. It feels like it's so much more like compared to like Subaru's leg. I don't know, it seems like it's so much more like painful and awful on her. It's spread all over and all of this, right? I wonder it's because of Capella like hating Krush so much, right? Like her hatred of her. Maybe, right? I still have questions about Capella that I'm just not sure what I think about. Because, like, there are really two ways to view Capella's view of lust. Because she was so, she hated Krush so much because she was saying that, like, oh, you're attracted to her, right? And it's like, Capella was like, that's why Capella did all of this to Krush, to, like, ruin that, right? That's why she's being so, like, horrible and awful to Krush specifically, because she is, like, an attractive woman, right? Which, like, makes sense for this idea of lust, right? Um, but I wonder if those feelings for Capella again. I'm just not sure. I don't know if Capella just wants to be the only attractive thing in existence, and she thinks that like I don't know. I don't know what she thinks about it. Because here's the thing, right? Petalgeese. It seemed like Petalgeese like hated Sloth, right? He like remember when he like killed one of those like witch cult members out of anger because he was like, oh, that's so slothful, all of this, right? And I remember with like Petrash, when Petrash died, he was so he was like, oh, that was very admirable. It's the opposite of sloth and all of this, Petalgeese like hated Sloth, didn't he? Uh so in that sense, I want to say that maybe that's what's up with Capella in a way too. But obviously, that's not how all of the Sin Archbishops engage with their sin that they represent in any way, right? I don't know. I'm still so unsure what to think about Capella. Um, I guess just the way that she was acting about like love and lust and all of that, it just gave me the idea that basically her saying like, oh, you wouldn't be able to love someone if they turned into a fly. That is like she just thinks love is like a lie, basically, right? And I guess it just depends. I don't know what her personal feelings are on it beyond that. I don't know if she thinks love is a lie and that's like a good thing and that therefore lust is all that matters, or if she thinks love is a lie and, all that people actually feel is just lust and whatever her feelings are on love itself are like something something I'm just not sure about, I guess, right? Anyway, that is a complete aside. Oh, God. What can I do for you? But he recovered in dragon blood like me, but it's not as bad for him. Yeah. He touches her hand, and it, like, yeah, goes into him for some reason, right? Yeah. And of course, God, and Ferris must feel so, Ferris would do anything to be able to take what happens to Crush onto themselves, right? Like obviously, right? Like that's how Ferris is. That's what Ferris is always like, right? With Crush. It's crazy that's two things in a row that there is nothing that Ferris can do about it. That has happened to Crush, right? That's like, what is with the Crush Ferris torture? Why? Why do we have to do this? It's so awful. Can't do anything to help her. Yeah. So he touches her and we see it like entering Subaru. Oh god. Yeah. But Crush insists that he mustn't. Yeah. You can't do it. It's such a hard thing for him, I'm sure, right? Because like it's just yet again, it's a time where Subaru like has to choose himself, has to allow someone to choose him over themselves, right? Like that's such a hard thing to do, right? That's such a hard thing to do, right? For Subaru, right? With the way he views himself, like his self-esteem problems, all of this, that's such a difficult step for him to make, right? Cannot accept this kindness. Yeah, yeah. To go any further, it might not just be that. If you and I were both unable to fight, the outcome would be fatal. It's so hard for him to. Yeah, you said it yourself that you would handle everything from here. That's what he said. That's what he said in his speech, right? That he'll do it. That he'll do it for everyone, even people like Krush that he respects so much, and all of this, right? He can't throw it all away just for one person, right? Ah, God, leave everything to me. Okay, okay. I don't know. I'm just worried about Subaru and like the way he takes that and how he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I'm more worried about Ferris, right? Like, can't help the one I want to help the most. Yeah, yeah. Whereas it's like, I just wonder how Subaru feels about that. Because again, it's like, I think Subaru has like this. Obviously, the fact that Subaru has returned by death, and it's something that he's been able to use to achieve his own goals so much, right? To not be in the same kind of position that like Ferris is in, right? Where Amelia's dead or mutilated or something horrible has happened to her, right? God, like Subaru himself must think it's unfair that he's the only one who gets that power. Of course he does, you know? Like that was kind of like what he was doing back in season 2, like early on, like the knowing hell thing, right? Like he wanted to be able to use it for everyone to get the best thing possible, and for no one to ever have to suffer ever, and for him to take all the pain onto himself. But it's just impossible. And like, yeah, he recognizes that now, but that doesn't make it any easier, right? Oh, his hand. God, what are the long term effects of that going to be? God, I don't know. Okay, Wilhelm talks to us about the identities of these two. Yeah, the two witch cult members. We got Eight Arms Kurgan, the strongest swordsman in the Wallachian Empire. Um, so the most interesting thing about this Kurgan guy, for one, is just his like the dynamic between him and Garfield, right? Because what we've set up for Garfield in this season is his whole struggle with like wanting to be the protector, wanting to be strong, wanting to um be so powerful and be the tiger, all of that, right? So I think him having to fight this Kurgan guy, who in a lot of ways feels almost like this embodiment of like power and strength. I think that'll be interesting. I guess I don't know where we're gonna go with that exactly, like what that will mean for him. Also, obviously, it's like what happened to Mimi, right? Like, yeah, yeah. Supposedly died 10 years ago, and the other is Theresia von Austria, who died in battle against the White Whale during the Great Subjugation 15 years ago, and my wife. So, like, what the hell? What the hell? Obviously, we have a lot going on with that, right? There's the whole dynamic between Theresia and Reinhard's dad, and Wilhelm, and all of this, all this stuff, right? Reinhard blaming himself in some way, them blaming Reinhard for what happened. Just all of that, right? There's someone who used the forbidden art to manipulate corpses. That individual has already perished, but as for the forbidden art, It hasn't dissipated, huh? I wonder who that would have been. Do we have any idea? Have we ever seen anyone with that ability to resurrect corpses and use them like that? I don't think so. I can't think of who that would possibly be if we have any idea who it could be. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, don't speak of this to Reinhard, huh? That is interesting that Wilhelm doesn't want Subaru to tell Reinhard. I wonder how Reinhard would feel about that. I don't know. Like, is that really something that you shouldn't tell him? You know, does it show almost a lack of trust in Reinhard to be able to handle it? Which in and of itself, that's an interesting feeling of Wilhelm to have, because that shows he has a much more like dynamic view of Reinhard as a person than most people, right? Because most people would not view Reinhard as someone who could even possibly have that kind of fault. You know, fault. It's not fault, you know, but that kind of weakness, I guess, right? Just like emotion, you know. Hmm. Yeah. You're aware that the divine protection of the Sword Saint is unique. I know that all previous Sword Saints had it, and that it made them somehow really strong, but that's about it. So it's somehow just some kind of divine protection that is granted to you as the Sword Saint that just makes you incredibly powerful and very strong, right? It's why Reinhardt's so powerful. It's why Teresia was so strong and all of this, right? Okay, sure. But there's one thing that makes it quite distinct from other divine protections. It is inherited. Indeed. It resides within the successive generations of the Austria family. It chooses who among the family will be the next sword saint. My wife's divine protection was passed down to Reinhard in that way. So Reinhard got the divine protection from her in the middle of the battle with the white whale. How the hell did that happen? Right? Because it wasn't just upon Reinhard's birth, obviously, right? What made it happen then? What made the divine protection activate then, right? There's the weird thing in this episode with Reinhard suddenly just receiving this divine protection, right? Like when they were talking about Liliana, and like seeing her having this like telepathy power or whatever, and all of this to combat Sirius's authority, right? He says like, "Oh, I just got this divine blessing to be able to see other people's divine blessings," right? So Reinhard has some weird shit going on with that, right? Some weird thing about divine blessings or something, right? Is that what happened here somehow? He somehow just received this power right then and there. I mean, obviously, like what happens in a moment in that scene is Reinhard just closes his eyes and like thinks about it, and then he suddenly just has the power that he needs in that moment to see the divine blessing that Liliana has to like assess the situation, right? So is that like what happened back then, right? Reinhard somehow uh, took the divine blessing from her, right? Like in this weird like you know, like but then what would give Reinhard that ability in the first place, right? Like what would I don't know. I mean, that would make sense to me. That's the only thing I can really think of, right? But if the Sword Saint's divine protection is inherited in the first place, right? Then like, oh, I don't know. I don't know, right? And I guess that would make sense too as to why they would blame Reinhardt for it as well, right? Like obviously I'm sure it's not like he I don't know. I don't know what the situation was, I guess, right? Either way, he was a kid, right? It happened years ago. And how old is Reinhardt now? Not very old, right? So he was just a child. Like, I don't know, right? Whatever happened, there's no way it was Reinhardt's fault, right? Became an ordinary woman forced to take the rear guard. It was none other than I myself who took her sword from her. I made someone who was loved by the sword god throw away her sword. The sword god, huh? It is a fact that I berated Reinhardt for inheriting her divine protection. He was but a grieving boy, burdened with a heavy fate right after losing his grandmother. Yet I couldn't forgive him. I regret it deeply. Reinhard bears no responsibility whatsoever in my wife's death. I guess if Wilhelm views it like that, I mean, it certainly must be true. It just has to be something weird with Reinhard's power involving divine blessings or divine protections and like the way he can like just manifest them somehow, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I wonder. Yeah, Wilhelm says he's sure that Teresia is gonna come find him, which like there must be some amount of Teresia left in there then, right? Like she's still there, I guess, but she's fighting for the witch's cult. She's trying to kill Wilhelm, so it's not like it's just her, right? Like I don't know. I wonder almost if it's like a manifestation of her regrets or something, right? Like if now she hates Wilhelm, like the way that Wilhelm just blamed himself for having taken her sword from her. Is she gonna just show up and be like, "Oh, I hate you because you killed me"? Like, is she gonna hate Reinhardt for that same reason? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I have really grown fond of Anastasia. I like her character design a lot. It's very nice. I like the star and I like her hair color. It's very cool. It's very nice. I love both of them, Priscilla and Anastasia. They're both great. I will take the head of the so-called wrath in the 4th district, if you say so. We have no idea how powerful Priscilla is, right? She seems very powerful. I mean, her whole catchphrase is that everything in the world belongs to her, and like everything bends to her will, or whatever, right? It seems like obviously you can't really take Priscilla's word for it because she just says stuff like that, right? So like I don't know. I don't know how strong she actually is, right? Um, compared to like the real powerful people in the story, like Reinhardt or Regulus, But I don't know. I can imagine her being a match for Sirius, I suppose. Gonna take Liliana with her, of course. Her voice and her stupidity could counter Wrath's authority. I don't know how her stupidity could do it, but so Reinhardt, yeah, here's the moment, right? Reinhardt closes his eyes for a moment and then just says, "I have just been blessed." With what? A child. Subaru, are you stupid? With the divine protection of judgment. I can see an individual's divine protection by looking at them. How the hell does that work, right? Like, what the hell did he just do? I don't know. There has to be some kind of limitation to it, right? It can't just be that he can do anything, whatever. Why doesn't he just, like, get the divine protection of all of the witch cult members are now dead? And do that, right? So there has to be some kind of limitation to it, right? Obviously, right? I don't know. I wonder. She does indeed possess the divine protection of telepathy. I wonder how rare that one is, huh? Yeah, you say you just received this? Indeed, right? You all say that about me, but I'm not sure I can live up to your expectations. I love how Priscilla knows exactly what to say and what to do to get Liliana out of that, right? She's like, "Oh, you don't believe in the songs of your predecessors, huh? At a time like this, when hearts are seeking salvation, the songs you've sung with such devotion for so long have shrunk back within you, and your voice won't even work now. No one needs such a failure." Liliana has to be the only person who can just yell at Priscilla like this? Well, I don't even know. I don't know. Not really, honestly. I feel like Priscilla, people standing up to her like this, she totally respects it, right? So, like, no. If more people were willing to do this, they'd be able to get along with Priscilla, wouldn't they? God. Count on me as I am none other than Liliana. I count on you. Entirely. Next up is Lust, of course. In my mind, kind of the second biggest threat, unless we don't really know how big of a threat Gluttony is. We don't really know much about Gluttony, right? The problem with Gluttony. Oh, God, sorry. The problem with Gluttony, of course, is the whole, like, erasing people from reality thing, right? It's kind of the scariest one to fight because we could send people off to go fight Gluttony, and they could lose. God, my throat. I am sorry. And we wouldn't even know. We wouldn't even know that they lost, right? Like, they would just get erased from reality, and we won't even know, which is kind of a really terrifying power for them to have, right? So, I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, and then there's the corpse soldiers indeed. So, yeah, Wilhelm and Garfield, I'm gonna go handle them. I believe in them. I bet they can do it. I bet they can do it. Alone, it's going to be rough. I don't know how they even are going to deal with Lust. I have no idea. But it's interesting how Garfield is the one who's so, like, gung-ho about going to save Amelia. you know? He's the one that has to. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I wonder if it's more so that he's just resistant in resistant to facing Kurgan, right? I wonder if he feels like this insecurity and this fear about it, right? Probably, right? After what happened to Mimi. Hmm. Grandfather is not in a clear state of mind right now. I should be the one to accept that role. It is interesting that he wants to do that so badly, right? I wonder if he's worried about Wilhelm dying, obviously, if that's what it all is, right? Especially after they just like reconciled. And Wilhelm, if any character is going to die in this arc, I am worried it's going to be Wilhelm. Yeah, I'm scared of old men. They could die at any moment. So I don't know. I'm worried about him dying to Teresia, and then I don't know. Reinhardt has to do it. I'm scared. I'm scared. So yeah, we're sending Subaru and Reinhard off to deal with Regulus, which we kind of really need. There is no one else on the planet who could possibly deal with Regulus. I feel like, right? Like I don't even know if Reinhard is gonna be, you know. But then again, if Reinhard just randomly gets divine blessings, just get the divine blessing of I can kill you now and kill Regulus. Right? But no, but it can't work like that. There has to be something more to it than that, right? So I don't know. I don't know. Just as you place your hopes in me, I will place my hopes in you. Interesting, interesting. That has to be such a big thing for Reinhardt, I feel like, because he has to be so used to other people relying on him so much because of how powerful he is. That I wonder if he often gets that ability to place his hopes in another person, right? We have another moment like that here with what Subaru says as well, right? Sorry to keep asking favors of you, or do whatever I can to cover for anything you're lacking, right? Like the best thing to say to Reinhardt, you know? Because normal people never say that kind of thing to him, do they? He's God. He's Reinhardt. He can do anything, you know. But no one can do everything, right? We know that, right? Of course, Reinhardt has regrets and insecurities and all of these things, just like anyone else. And Super recognizes that, right? Super recognizes that, kind of knowing that he himself has this essentially what seems to be limitless power with Return by Death, but he knows even that has limitations on it, right? Like, if anyone is stronger than Reinhardt, technically it's Subaru, you know? And Subaru recognizes his own limitations, right? So of course Reinhardt must have them as well. I suppose it's a trivial matter to you. I will have faith that you will fill in the areas where I fall short, and vice versa, right? Beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so gluttony is for Julius and Ricardo, huh? I'm worried about that one too, I guess, right? I don't know. I don't know. Ferris and I are gonna stay behind at the city hall. Okay, okay. We will fight indeed, indeed. So, now we're here. We're at the wedding. How great. How awesome. What a fantastic wedding, huh? The the chairs, the benches filled with all of his other wives. Amazing. Great. Fantastic. There's truly no couple in the world better matched than us. Seeing you like this, I know it was right to keep seat number 79 open. So he keeps these numbers open specifically. There's a woman I thought was the perfect fit when I first saw her. But before we married, I determined her to be unsuitable and left the seat open. I wonder who he's talking about. I just kind of thought of like Fortuna, just because if it was wife number 79, it had to be someone like a long time ago, right? But I have no idea. It could be anyone. I don't know. Very interesting. Yeah, another woman and an empty seat. Hmm. It's like such a terrible, selfish way to think about things, you know? Viewing it as like an empty seat, someone that just exists to fulfill some kind of purpose for you like that. It's just the opposite of what like marriage and relationship should be in Amelia's mind, right? And that's the right way to view them. You know, like yeah, I agree with her. Before I marry you, there are a few things I'd like to tell you. God. So Regulus gives us his rules, right? No smiling, no expressing any emotion at all, right? Yeah, right. No joy, no happiness, no sadness, no anger, no crying. Yeah. Your job is to look adorable, to have no real connection to you in any way at all, right? Oh God, it's no wonder that he seems to hate lust, right? Again, I guess it depends on what's lust's actual view of like love is, I suppose. It's still kind of up in the air to me, but if it was like lust, I don't think they agree on this, right? So that's what makes me think that lust more so. It's not that she doesn't think that love exists or that only lust exists and that love doesn't. I just think she thinks that almost that no one is able to experience love really, right? That all you're really experiencing is lust, you know. And that's why when someone turns into a fly, you don't love them, right? And Regulus is very much like that. You know, he doesn't want to see the person at all, like who they really are. He just wants their appearance. You know, he very much embodies that, right? After I've shown you so much consideration and compromise. My compassion is lost on you, isn't it? In other words, you're actively belittling me. It's a violation of my rights. Yeah, 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 yeah. And Amelia says all these things. Regulus literally doesn't respond to any of them. I don't think he's listening to her, right? Like he is just not. I don't know. It's great. It's great. It's a ritual embodying the desire two people who love each other have to be together. When you find one person among so many to love, and when they love you in return, I think that's a truly amazing thing. Indeed, indeed. And he just ignores and avoids every single question and doesn't care and blah 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 blah. And Subaru calls me Amelia-tan. His voice is so full of feelings. And when he occasionally just calls me Amelia, I know right away it's a special occasion. Of course, of course. Names do indeed carry a lot of meaning to them, huh? And yeah, she's brought up Subaru, so Regulus is real angry. My one and only knight, and the one who tells me he loves me while calling me by my name. Just Amelia. And Regulus, yeah, he's real mad. We don't want any misunderstandings, of course. Interesting. Marriage is for lovers like when a man and a woman love each other, but I'm not yet qualified for that, because I don't understand what it means to love a man as a woman would. For one, I don't think there's like anything special about. I don't think there's a difference in like the feeling of love between men and women. You know what I mean? It's like I think love is a pretty universally human like thing, right? I feel like Amelia just has all these like insecurities and unsureness about her own emotions, and I guess I would just say that I think she does know what love is, and I think she is experiencing it. I just don't think she understands that yet, right? I don't think she gets it, I suppose, right? She's just unsure of her own feelings, which like I get that, right? I understand. Yeah. I would just say by any metric, no, I think she certainly is experiencing love, right? Just that's a hard thing to understand, I guess, right? I can't give him the response he wants, or even the one he doesn't want. I know it's horrible of me to do that, and that it's hurtful and bothersome. Don't say that. It isn't. No, 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 no. Subaru gets it too, right? Subaru gets it too. Because that's just how feelings are, right? Yeah. And I will fall in love with someone someday, and that'll be Subaru. God. It's crazy that she says all this, though, that she stands up to Regulus like this, you know? It's so, like, risky. But I guess she just has faith that that it'll all end up fine. Like, that she has to stand for this, you know? Man, I don't know. It's so dangerous. It's so crazy, right? And they're here. They are here. The door hits Regulus, which is so interesting. Like, we've seen him get impacted by things before. Just what's the difference, right? Why sometimes is he completely invincible and immovable and, can't be touched by anything, and sometimes he can, right? What is the difference? I don't know. I don't know. And Subaru is here. I love Amelia's face. It's Reinhard. I'm a spirit knight minus the spirit, Natsuki Subaru, hailing from the Sword State family, Reinhard van Austria. Reinhard never calls himself the Sword Saint, right? Isn't that it? He always introduces himself as Reinhard. There's something like that about like the way he introduces himself, right? That I think is interesting. It shows like this insecurity. Maybe not insecurity is the right way to put it, but just like what does he not think himself to be deserving of the title of Sword Saint, or does he wish that people would think of him as Reinhard rather than just as the Sword Saint, right? I don't know, but it's interesting, right? Because he is the Sword Saint, right? So it's weird for him to word it like this, right? It definitely means something about the way he views himself in relation to that title, you know? The person I'll one day fall in love with. And I'll be taking that bride. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good episode. Good episode. God, this season has been so good so far. It's been so good so far. Man, we're already halfway through. That is crazy. That is crazy. Okay, well, I suppose that is it. So, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.